On today's video, we're gonna take a deep dive into why Cary, North Carolina is the #1 most in-demand city that people are moving to in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. Cary is literally the city we get the most calls about from out-of-state buyers looking to move to our area, needing our help to find them their next home. It's always the first city that comes on the top of their tongue. Hey, we would like to know some information about Cary. But of course, as we always do on this channel, we are not going to sugarcoat it and tell you that Cary is rainbows and unicorns and sunshine. We're gonna give you all the good things about Cary on this video, but we're also gonna tell you all the bad things about Cary as well. This will hopefully allow you to make a good decision for yourself. So first, what is Cary like? Well, it's the #3 most populated city in the Triangle, behind of course Raleigh and Durham, and it's a melting pot for people from all over the world, and we'll get into more details on why that is later. Cary also still has retained that small town feel. It's very much feels like a small town where you can get to know everybody. However, when you peel back the layers, you realize Cary's rather large. You can get just about anything you want in Cary, grocery-wise or restaurant-wise or anything like that. But it still has retained that small town feel that everyone comes to our area and wants and needs. And just to give you an idea how rapidly Cary has grown, over the last 25 years, Cary has tripled in size. It now has 100,000 residents. Another great thing about Cary to tell you about is they've really done a great job lately of updating their downtown. So for many, many years, Cary's downtown was not much going on there, and most people didn't go to Cary's downtown unless there was a shop they wished to go to. But the town of Cary spent a lot of time and a lot of energy working to renovate and revitalize the downtown, starting with the Cary Park. Cary Park was approved back in 2001, but it didn't get started construction-wise until 2021, and it didn't open until 2023. So what is Cary Park? Well, it's a 7-acre park right in the middle of downtown. It's surrounded by Walker, Academy, Park, and Walnut Streets. This park features a great lawn with a pavilion, and around the lawn there are a series of spaces with walking trails. It's really, really cool environment. It brings a lot of people to the downtown area. Additional features include performance spaces, market spaces, of course restrooms, and food and drink facilities, and interactive fun stuff for kids and also the big kids like us. Now, what this has done is caused a lot of growth to happen downtown. There was already some growth happening with restaurants. There's been some good restaurants down there, but you're definitely seeing a lot more of an influx of restaurants, nightclubs, things to do downtown, as well as some apartments and condominiums have sprung up around Cary Park. So it's really becoming a very vibrant downtown and a great place for people to go visit. Definitely recommend if you're coming for a visit to the area and you want to know more about Cary, you definitely want to go check out Cary Park and put that on your list of things to see while you're here in town. Now, we spoke earlier about Cary being a melting pot. So let's get into a little bit of background on why that is. Cary sprung up, was really a small little town, but it sprung up when the Research Triangle Park got underway back in the 1950s. It became a great place for people that worked in RTP to live. So they would live in Cary and commute over to RTP because the location is phenomenal. It's pretty quick to get from RTP to Cary and back and forth, etc. So almost overnight, Cary went from being this sleepy, tiny little town to being this bustling town, and now the 3rd largest city in the Triangle. And it really owes a lot of that to Research Triangle Park and its central location in the middle of the Triangle. So what's driving like in Cary? Well, kind of just mentioned it. It's centrally located in the middle of the Triangle, meaning that it's really convenient to get to all places in the Triangle from Cary. And there are several good highways that link in and around Cary that make that even more easy to get around from point A to point B. And it's really this location, this central location of Cary, that grabs the attention of a lot of newcomers and makes them want to call us and say, hey, can you help us buy a house in Cary? So this ideal location of Cary not only extends to the areas of the Triangle, but also makes it super easy to get to the beach. You can be in the beach in about 2.5 hours. You can be to the mountains in about 3.5 hours. You can be to the North Carolina wineries in about 2 hours. It's really a great location, great opportunity to live in Cary and go explore the rest of the state on a day trip or a weekend trip. And with the upcoming completion of Interstate 540, it will make West Cary even more convenient to get to and get from to anywhere else in the triangle as well, just like it does to the main part of Cary. You can be from Cary to Pittsboro in about 40 minutes thanks to Interstate 540. So now let's talk about drive times. Driving from Cary to downtown Raleigh is going to take you only about 18 minutes. To downtown Durham, you're looking at about a 22-minute drive. And to the RDU International Airport, for you late risers that wait till the very bitter end to get on your plane, you only need about 10 to 15 minutes to get from your home in Cary to the airport. And best of all, it's only about a 14-minute drive from most of Cary to the Research Triangle Park complex. Now let's go into what types of housing you can find in Cary. An unbelievable 79.24% of all the homes for sale in Cary are resale homes. And while I did not major in math at UNC, I can tell you that means only 20.75% or so of the homes for sale are new construction. And breaking it down further, about 41.5% of all the homes for sale are attached townhomes, and 58.5% are single family homes. The median home price for a single family home in Cary is currently coming in around $725,000. And for townhomes, you're looking around $565,000. So we've talked about the small town feel of Cary. Now let's talk about things to do in Cary. And the first one that comes to our mind is Fenton. Fenton opened just 2 years ago. It is a destination in Cary. It's shopping, dining, there's a movie theater, all kinds of stuff to do there. In the winter, they even have an ice skating rink at this place. Literally, it's one of our favorite places in the Triangle. Odds are pretty strong, even though we live in Wake Forest, that you're gonna find us in Fenton. Some really great restaurants there and great shopping, etc. Definitely recommend you check out Fenton. Next thing to do in Cary is go to Cocoa Booth Amphitheater. There's always some events going on in Cocoa Booth. We're gonna go over those later on in this video. But it's an outdoor arena. They host a lot of concerts, a lot of events, like I said. Great location in the area, great restaurants kind of nearby Cocoa Booth Amphitheater. So definitely a great thing to do if you live in the Cary area. Go attend an event at that amphitheater. And speaking of events at that amphitheater, one of the biggest ones we need to tell you about is the annual Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue Festival. It happens every year. The 2025 version is going to be the 17th year it's happening. And just so you can mark your calendars, it's happening August 1st and August 2nd. It's at Cocoa Booth Amphitheater. It's an amazing event. Tons of people go. It's supposed to be really, really great. I need to put it on my calendar for this year as well. And of course, we've talked about downtown Cary and Cary Park. Just know that the city of Cary has done a really good job of putting on celebrations for the holidays. You have a Christmas parade in Cary and downtown Cary, etc. Check your calendar if you live in the Cary area for stuff going on city-wise in downtown Cary. Now, back to the Cocoa Booth Amphitheater for another gigantic, very well-known, very well-attended event. It's the Chinese Lantern Festival. It happens every year from mid-November to mid-January. There are 36 or so groupings of lanterns at this event. It takes 15 tractor trailers and a fleet of people to assemble all of these lanterns. It's really, really amazing. Great event. Definitely gets you in the holiday spirit. And as I said, a lot of people come out to this. Again, it runs from mid-November to mid-January at the Cocoa Booth Amphitheater and the surrounding grounds. And no list of things to do in Cary would be complete without talking about the Cary Arts Center. It's in downtown Cary. There's a 431-seat theater in the Cary Arts Center, and of course they also conduct programs and classes and summer camps for the kids related around things to do with arts and the arts. Another great thing to do in Cary is the Phillips Farm. This is a privately owned farm just outside of Cary. They have a shopping dining area that's free to the public. Come anytime you want. They also have a little amusement park there that costs money to get into, but it has become a huge event. You can go get Christmas trees there from what I understand, or at least get in the Christmas spirit, and there's events throughout the year. They are closed currently, opening again in March, but definitely a good thing to go visit if you live in the area. between, of course, March and end of December. And another great thing to do if you live in Cary is go to the WakeMed soccer park. This is a 150-acre sports complex in Cary. There is a main stadium there and 6 practice fields. And this is where the men's NC football club and the women's North Carolina Courage soccer teams play as well. This facility regularly hosts the ACC tournament for the colleges in the area, as well as the national NCAA tournaments for soccer for both men and women. It's a huge facility, brings a lot of people out for the games. Both the Courage and the NC Football Club are huge draws into our area, and definitely something we recommend if they are playing that you go check out. Next, let's talk about the shopping scene in Cary, and of course, back to Fenton. Lots of great shops in Fenton. We did a lot of our Christmas shopping there. There's a Williams-Sonoma, a Rejuvenation, which I've not seen very many of those around. It's the same company family as Williams-Sonoma, but that's super cool. A Nike store, Lululemon, on and on and on of all kinds of different diverse stores in Fenton. Definitely a great place to go shopping. Super convenient to most of Cary as well. Also, we have Waverly Place. This is an outdoor shopping complex in Cary. Really great stuff. You can go do some great shopping. You can go to the grocery store at Whole Foods. You can also go get a burger at Shake Shack. It's really great complex. Lastly, we want to talk about Crossroads Plaza. This was opened back in 1992, and I shockingly remember when this place came online. It has a lot of big box national retailers and some local stuff as well. You can literally stay the day at Crossroads, and it's really great location. It's at the crossroads of some major streets in Cary, easy to get to. Now, these are not the only shopping destinations in Cary. There are a good number of strip malls and that sort of thing, and of course, you can get very quickly to the streets at South Point in Durham, Crabtree Valley Mall in Raleigh, or really any of the shopping in and around Cary, Apex, Raleigh, Durham, etc., from wherever you live in Cary. So if on the odd chance that whatever you need isn't in Cary, hard to believe that would be the case, but you can easily get to other places in the Triangle very quickly. Next, let's talk about restaurants in Cary, and the first one that has to come up to our minds is Herens. It's at the Umstead Resort and Spa in Cary, right off of Harrison Avenue, in front of SAS, the mega software company's facility. This is one of the best restaurants in the country. We've been a few times, and it is amazing. You sort of go with like this stupor afterwards after you're done eating, because food is so good and you're so full. So if you're looking for an amazing meal, a destination meal, Herens is definitely where you want to go. Really one of the best in the Triangle, probably the best in the Triangle. Also, Cary is home to the #1 brewery in all of the Triangle, which is Fortnight Brewery. Definitely go check that out. Restaurant-wise, you've got Lucky 32 Southern Kitchen, Lugana Ristorante, really good Italian food, by the way, Chef's Palate, Enrigo Italian Bistro, Taipei 101, Peck and Plume, and of course there's going to be lots of chain restaurants in Cary as well, such as Cava, Chipotle, Starbucks, etc. Pretty much anything you want, you're going to be able to find in Cary. Next, we need to tell you about the parks and recreation facilities in Cary. So first up, we need to talk to you again about the downtown Cary Park. This is a great place to go have fun with all members of the family, enjoy the great outdoors, tons of stuff to do in and around Cary Park. Definitely a great #1 pick for me if we're talking parks and recreation in Cary. Beyond that, we have the Black Creek Greenway to Lake Crabtree, where you're able to go walk around the Greenway area. We have an amazing Greenway system in the Raleigh Triangle Cary area, and this Black Creek Greenway is part of that. There's also Bond Park Lake Trail, the Reedy Creek Lake Trail, the Fred G. Bond Metro Park, and the Hemlock Bluffs Nature Preserve. Next up, we need to tell you a little bit about some of the hidden gems of Cary for you to explore should you decide to move here. The first one is the Cary Theater. It's in downtown Cary, and they play current movies, but they also do film festivals throughout the year. So if you're a film buff, this is definitely a place you want to check out. Definitely check out their website and see what's coming up that might interest you. The next hidden gem we need to tell you about is the Cary Mural. It is on the wall of the downtown La Farm Bakery right in downtown. It depicts 150 years of Cary back from when it was just a farm all the way to being the bustling city that it is now. It's really, really cool, and the artist has incorporated historic and current figures from the city of Cary in the mural. Definitely worth your time to go check out. And last little hidden gem we want to tell you about is the Chatham Hill Winery. This winery was established back in 1999. It was one of the first wineries to get going in the state of North Carolina. They have Sangiovese, they have Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc, and fruit wines, among many, many other different kinds of wines. It's super great to be able to go to a winery in the middle of the Triangle, get some really cool wines, meet some people. They always have events all the time and food trucks out back. Super great, centrally located. Definitely go try them out. It's definitely going to be a good entry point for you to decide if you like North Carolina wines. Frankly, there are some really nice, amazing wineries in the Yadkin Valley, but Chatham Hill is very, very good. Definitely worth your time to go check out and to sort of get you interested and introduced to North Carolina wines. Okay, so what areas should you live in Cary? Well, let's break them down for you. The first is South Cary. This is a majority resale area. Only about 7% of the homes in South Cary are new construction. Most of these homes were built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and therefore a lot of the new construction you're seeing, the majority of it is going to be a tear down. The advantage of South Cary is lots of established neighborhoods, so if you're looking for the big trees and the neighbors that have been there forever, this is definitely a great area to go to. Waverly Place Shopping Center is in South Cary, so super centrally located for a lot of really great shopping. As well, Crossroads Plaza is in South Cary, so really you've got most of your shopping needs completely covered in South Cary. Just for a frame of reference, there are 8 Starbuckses in South Cary alone, so you're going to be well caffeinated should you need that. There's also an upscale movie theater in this area with cocktails if you need that. Cocoa Booth Amphitheater that we've raved about on this video is in South Cary, as well as really, really nice restaurants such as Lucky 32 that we talked about. Tons of shopping, tons of restaurants, tons of things to do in South Cary. The only negative of South Cary is it's a little further away from Research Triangle Park than some of the other areas of Cary. Next up, we have West Cary. And oddly enough, they put West Cary on the western side of Cary. Go figure. This is a newer area with a mix of resale homes and new construction homes. 23% of the homes that were sold recently in West Cary were new construction. This area is also really great as far as drive times go. You're only about 10 to 15 minutes from Durham Streets at South Point Mall if you live in West Cary. Also nearby is the American Tobacco Trail, Jordan Lake, all kinds of really cool restaurants like Chinese Hot Pot, Nazara Indian Bistro, Masa Sushi, and of course, North Carolina's own gourmet restaurant, Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue. Also, for all of you furniture addicts out there, the RH Outlet is located in West Cary. Next area to talk about in Cary is the central downtown part of Cary. This is the small town feel that we really talk about a lot when we think about Cary. Very, very quaint area. Blends a lot of modern amenities with that small town charm. Lots of homes here were built between the 1950s and the 2000s. There's some new construction, but not a whole lot going on in the central part of Cary. In fact, only about 5% of the homes currently being sold in the central part of Cary are new construction. In this area, you've got, of course, the downtown, Cary Arts Center, the Cary Theater we talked about earlier, Cary Park that we talked about earlier. Some of the restaurants in Central Cary you need to know about are Big Mike's Barbecue, Saffron Indian, La Farm Bakery, Bond Brothers Brewery, among many, many others. Also in Central Cary, you're going to have the Umstead Resort and Spa, where of course Herens is located. Definitely, by the way, a great place to do a staycation. Go to Umstead. It's really an amazing place. My folks have stayed at the Umstead when they've come to town, and they said it was just amazing. Great thread count in the sheets, all of that sort of thing. So Umstead, great place to go have dinner, great place to stay and do a staycation if you happen to live in Cary. Next up, let's talk about some of the neighborhoods in Cary for you to explore. Certainly the first one to tell you about is the downtown Cary area. Again, really charming older homes built in the 1950s to the 2000s, some new construction there, but by and large, you're looking at a downtown vibe there. Next neighborhood we need to tell you about is in Destin. This is down to the south part of Cary, almost touching Pittsboro and Chatham County. Homes here range from about 1.8 million on up. This is mostly built out, this neighborhood, but there are a few remaining opportunities. Some of our very best builders are building in Destin, one of our favorite neighborhoods. Definitely highly recommended. Definitely has sort of a modernist feel to it. So if you're into that and you are looking for new construction, high-end new construction, Destin is definitely a place for you to consider. Also, we have McGregor Downs in Cary. This is a prominent neighborhood that's been online available for many, many years. Lots of teardowns are what's going on in McGregor Downs now. You can still buy, of course, an older home that is very luxurious and maybe renovate the interior. Two of the big things about McGregor Downs that people love is central location, great location in Cary, as well it has a golf course, super nice neighborhood, at least since the 90s. I think it may have been even older than that this neighborhood's been around, but definitely great neighborhood, McGregor Downs. Also, there's Carpenter Village. This is a small 16-acre community. Homes range from the low 100s all the way up to over $1 million. And there's a new section of Carpenter Village called Franklin Park that's coming online as we speak. Really nice, charming neighborhood. Definitely somewhere we recommend if you are out in that vicinity. Another great neighborhood of note we need to tell you about in Cary is Preston. There's not hardly any new construction going on out there. Maybe the occasional tear down. This is more established neighborhoods, but very high-end, luxurious. Median home price out in Preston is over 1.2 million, and the median rent is about $1,500. This is one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Cary. Lots of great restaurants and shopping right nearby, great location. And based on just home prices in the Cary area alone, Preston ranks as the #1 neighborhood in Cary. Next up, we have Lockmere. There is some new construction going on still in Lockmere, but nothing currently is happening on the new construction scene, only resale. This is a large neighborhood, over 2,000 homes in Lockmere. This is a really great neighborhood, has golf course, a pool, and lakes around it. And Waverly Place is just down the street with, of course, the Whole Foods and the Shake Shack we talked about earlier. Great area here in Lockmere to live. Definitely one of our recommended neighborhoods. And so beyond all of these new construction homes, there is one resale home of note that we really want to tell you about, and that is Amberley. The average price for a home currently in Amberley is coming in at $665,000. Amberley started in 1996 as a 16-acre project, and it grew and grew and grew, and they added more land. And now it's a 1,100-acre project with about 5,000 homes in it. And there are 8 different neighborhoods within this mega Amberley subdivision. Again, great restaurants and shopping nearby. One of our very favorite neighborhoods. We've sold quite a few homes and helped quite a few people sell their homes out of Amberley. Great neighborhood. Next up, we need to talk about the schools in Cary. And of course, this is a topic that we get asked about a whole lot here on the channel from people coming from out of the area. They want to know about the schools in Cary. And of course, the schools in Cary are an excellent reason to move. And we have many people coming in from the area that search specific schools based on their rankings. Again, due to fair housing laws, we're not able to say that this school is better than that school. So what we do instead is turn to niche.com, which assigns grades to the different schools, and it allows our clients to determine which school is best fit for their kids. But overall, we can definitely talk about Cary in general. So niche.com gives the Wake County Public Schools in Cary a strong A. Academics in Cary gets an A- on niche.com. Sports gets an A. The teachers get an A. Clubs and activities, niche.com gives an A-. Diversity and college prep both get an A. Administration gets a B+, and of course, the food in the cafeterias gets a C, and that would be everywhere in the country you're going to see high school food get a C. But anyway, all that being said, schools, the public schools in the Cary area get a very strong A. Good overall schools in the entire area. Again, reach out to us and we're able to give you some links and provide you some resources so that you can decide which public school is right for you and your kids. However, if you decide you'd rather go the private school route, niche.com has also got you covered as well. Private schools in Cary get an A+. And according to niche.com, academics at the private schools in Cary also get an A+. Teachers at these schools, they get an A. Clubs and activities, A+. As does college prep get an A+ on niche.com. Diversity gets an A. And sports at these private schools gets a B. And as far as overall living in the area of Cary, niche.com gives Cary overall an A+. Public schools, again, gets an A. Jobs get an A. Outdoor activities get an A- on niche.com. Cost of living gets a B-. Housing, A-. Good for families gets an A+. Health and fitness gets an A. And commute times gets a B. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of moving to Cary, North Carolina. So obviously the pros first, and we talked about the main pro, that being the central location. You can easily get to Research Triangle Park, you can get to the International Airport, you can get to any of the cities in and around the Triangle area, and of course to the other parts of the state of North Carolina really easily from Cary, North Carolina. Another positive, lots of things to do. We've kind of talked about that on this video. Lots of great opportunities to go out, get out into nature, commune with nature. You can go shopping, restaurants, all kinds of stuff right in Cary. Don't really have to leave the city limits to have a good time. Also, one of the huge positives of Cary is Cary is often ranked very high on the list of safest places in the country. Back in 2013, in fact, it was voted the #1 safest place in the entire United States to live. Another pro of Cary is the diversity of the people that live there. Again, people are coming from all over the country and all over the world to work at Research Triangle Park and some of the other areas around in the Triangle. And a lot of those people are living in Cary. Companies like Google, SAS, IBM, and Apple are bringing people in from all over everywhere and is adding to that diversity that we have and enjoy here in the Cary area. Another positive of Cary is competitive home prices in relation to a lot of other areas of the country. You can get a fairly good value for your dollar by moving to Cary, North Carolina. Another positive of Cary, residents say the traffic lights are fairly well timed. That is not something we have, unfortunately, up in North Raleigh, where you feels like you go from one red light to the next red light. In Cary, things seem really well timed. They've done a really good job of managing growth and managing traffic patterns in Cary. And so that is something that the residents there claim as a great thing about living in the city of Cary. And of course, again, the availability of being able to get anywhere in the Triangle is one of the main reasons why people choose to live in the Cary area. Now let's talk about the cons of moving to Cary, North Carolina. Unfortunately, because there's not a lot of new construction going on, that therefore means there's not a lot of growth going on in Cary. Cary in general has been fairly built out. This means that the homes that are there are continuing to rise in value. That's great if you own one of those current homes, but if you're looking to move in and you want to spend $300,000, $400,000, unfortunately there's just not a lot of availability in Cary. It exists, but it's very difficult to find. You're gonna have to make a lot of sacrifices, and that of course is a big con of moving to Cary. You're gonna have to pay more money than in other parts of the Raleigh Triangle area. This all means that housing expenses in Cary are 32% higher than the national average, and utilities are 2% higher. Another con, this can be considered a busy city for people that are coming from a smaller, more rural area. Again, this is the third largest city in the Triangle with about 100,000 residents. So if you're coming from an area that is 10,000, 20, 30,000 residents, you would definitely be able to tell the difference. Certain streets in Cary do get a bit congested. It is difficult on some days and on some times of day to get into, say, Crossroads Plaza that we talked about earlier. So just know that if you're moving from a smaller area, Cary may feel fairly large. Obviously, if you're moving from Washington, D.C. or Boston or New York City or Los Angeles, San Francisco, then Cary is probably not going to feel terribly large to you. But just bear in mind that even though the lights are fairly synchronized, there is a good number of people out on the road at any given time of the day or evening. So if Cary, North Carolina sounds like a place you'd be interested in, contact us at the information below. We'll be happy to help you out. Check out this video. We think you're really going to like this one as well. As always, like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.